Hello, my name is Ben Harvey, and this is my Nobody 7.0 project. It's where we take a famous artwork portrait, and we add stuff to it, and transform it into something else, something artistic. I decided not to get into all the extra analysis too much, so I'm just going to start this, and you can watch. And I will talk about what's happening as it goes by. How's that sound? Here we go. So here's my painting. It's of this guy. This is Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. I took a heart from the heart thing, and I made a little pattern on this carpet. Here now I took Mario. She took several Marios, as you'll see as I move along, and stuck them in that little pile of jewelry stuff or riches next to him. Here I'm making. There I just made layers. I made a layer for the guy, and I made the layer for the stuff in front of him, so I can put stuff behind one or behind both. This is my monster I made. Out of like random disassembled toys, and I took a picture from two different angles, and I stuck both the angles in. As you can see, I spent a lot of time working on selection. I used the quick select tool a lot, and then after I'd used the quick select tool to get what I wanted, I would use a quick mask and then add a blur to the quick mask to make it a little bit fuzzy so it wasn't cut exactly. I experimented around a lot with different ways of combining layers. So the layer would be something, and the standard is normal, and then there's overlay, and there's color dodge, and all sorts of stuff. So I experimented around with that, and then I'd adjust the opacity. I started out just adding stuff in, and as I went along, I started trying to make things sort of blend in a lot more, and then taking things I'd added in earlier that kind of stuck out and blending them in. And it turned out it actually looks rather similar to the beginning, except that every little piece changes it. If you took any piece out, you'll see the end product, but if you took any piece out of the end product, it would say it would change, which is kind of this idea of the Nobody. Now I'm getting the analysis, but it's kind of this idea that it's not really one specific thing that changes the thing, but it's just this general collection of all of them together that change it. And each one has a tiny change that's not really noticeable on its own, but if you add it all together, then it makes this cohesive difference. There's some more Marios added. This is my artwork from class. I combined my face with a penguin. This is my Wacom tablet sketch of the monster I created. There's me experimenting around with a lot with overlays and stuff like that. So, I didn't end up modifying the actual guy too much. It's just mostly the stuff around him. I changed, I put things around him, and the background, the foreground, and like on him or next to him or behind him, but not actually. There's one of our class sketches. It was a pointillism one. I couldn't find any of the old sketches, like the ones we did with the pens, so I just used a pointillism one. That one sort of reminded me most of Frankenstein, so I used that. And then here's a picture of the drawing collaboration with Mary Gregg's class. Here's something I got from a storybook. Kind of stuck this unhappy face above him. Thought to sort of emphasize the unhappiness. As I went, I sort of there's my artistic idol. It's a long story. It's a dog. There's a random picture of us all wearing, or a bunch of us all wearing sunglasses, playing a video game. I thought it was funny, so I thought I had to incorporate it somehow. Yeah, I just stuck us at the bottom there. At that torso, I have the close-ups kind of in the background, and then the far away ones down in the right corner in the foreground. The dog speaking out behind it. I was pretty proud of how I incorporated that twice. So, yeah. What was I saying? Right, so, I'm changing the guy a lot. So, I did add, as you can see here, I'm adding a second shot of the guy, and I sort of hid him in the background, tilted it a little bit, so it's sort of like him reflecting on himself. As I went, I sort of realized that this guy is, this is like a great picture of him sort of lamenting, and I started playing with the idea of that he's lamenting about Frankenstein, he's lamenting about this monster, or he's lamenting technology, he's lamenting science, or the shortcomings of science. So I tried to work that in the end. At the end, I sort of tried to, when I was blending things a lot, I thought about the monster and how it's haunting him. So, yeah. So there it is, the final thing. There are a lot of pieces. A lot of pieces. So, I hope you like it. This has been fun talking. I could probably go on like this forever, but I think I'll stop now. So, good night.